And action. You got me going? Great. Hey everybody, welcome to Business Tips with Sohan. I am the founder and CEO of Business Works. Now, I'm going to talk to you really quickly today in a 4 to 5 minutes span of time about the impact you can have with understanding how to get focused. Now, this is the biggest challenge we've seen. Today's episode is really talking to you about the challenge that people have with getting focused and actually staying focused. That's a really hard one for a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of business owners, a lot of individuals for that matter. And the reason behind that is there's a lot going on. There's a lot of noise around. There's a lot of advertising. There are a lot of cool tools. There are a lot of ideas that are floating in your mind as a business owner. And the problem we've seen with this whole thing of concentrating or being focused to get a particular job done is getting harder and harder and harder. Now, doesn't matter whether you're a right brainer or a left brainer. I mean, the right brainers, you guys are obviously very creative and you're big picture minded people. And then you've got the left brainers who are typically quite detail focused and quite structured in the approach. Even the left brainers these days are struggling to get focused because of so much going on within the business and outside the business, right? So I wanted to come up with something really cool because I've used this with my clients. I personally use it as well, and it makes a massive difference to get a lot of work done. Now, studies have shown that in an 8 hours window, usually your most productive peak performance hours of most you will get in terms of outcomes is a 4-hour window. Now, the 4 hours don't have to necessarily be consecutive, but studies have shown that in an entire day of 8 hours of working span, 8 to 10 hours, usually the human mind can really produce some powerful stuff in a 4-hour space. And that can be broken up in segments or that can be done consecutively. But I'm a big believer of having to break it up a little bit so that you can have a break, you can reward yourself in that break for having to accomplish something and then get back to it. Because what happens in the reward is that the behavior starts getting repeated, and that's phenomenal. And usually the reward causes the potential to go up, which means the belief system goes up. And if the belief system goes up, that means your actions will be massive or bigger than the previous time. And if your actions are massive or bigger than the previous time, your results will show as well. They'll be massive compared to the previous time. So how do you do that? Well, really simple. If you consider 4 hours that you've got, all you got to do is you got to look at 8 30-minute slots. Okay? Think about it. In your 4-hour window of being productive, all you need to do is look at 8, what's that? That's 9. 8. Look at 8 30-minute slots. If you look at 8 30-minute slots, mate, I'll tell you something, you will see a massive shift. Why? Because when you use 30 minutes and you get laser focused, and then you take a little mini break of 5 minutes, that break is like a reward for you to reset your mind, reflect, or whatever you want to, but you're not looking at work, you're just going to be focusing on taking a break, and then you get back into it and you do 30 minutes. And that way, you can get the task done. Now, you might say, you know what, Sohan, it's hard because if I'm doing a particular task, it might mean that I have to continue doing that task, and I can't take a break between 30 minutes. Well, look at your tasks carefully and look at the ones that are where you're struggling to really concentrate. And those are the ones that you want to utilize and break down your 60 minutes into 2 30-minute slots with a 5-minute breather. Okay? If you can do that, you will see you'll get a lot more done. You'll be more focused. And this whole idea of staying focused will stop being hard and it will start getting easy. Now, in my coaching programs and at my events, I go into deeper diving. I show you different techniques. I give different strategies and really help you seal it permanently once and for all, because these strategies are sustainable and they're long term. So you get really solid, lasting results, especially with regards to this, right? So you want to make sure that you plug into one of my events or you plug into one of my coaching programs. That way I can deep dive with you and I can really help you solve this. But in the meantime, these business tips should really, really help you get going. And I've got a lot out of it. I mean, I remember taking this particular advice that I'm giving you and I applied it in my own business once. And my mentor, my business coach had challenged me to do over 100 videos in a 24-hour span of time. 100 videos. That's insane. Okay? And he wanted me to use those 100 videos to associate them with 100 blog posts. Now, I didn't get to 100 videos, but I'll tell you what I got to. I got to 57 videos and 57 blog posts as well. You know what that means? That means I broke a record. In 24 hours, I created 57 videos associated with 57 blog posts of my own, just by doing this simple strategy of taking a break after a shorter period of time, and my productivity just went off the roof. So I hope you like that. My name is Sohan. You're watching obviously one of the biggest, tightest, fun episodes of Business Tips with Sohan. And you know what? Keep in touch. Let's meet up in the next episode and you'll learn more about business. Take care.